Good to have you with us. I'm Raymond Goh and you're watching Nightline. The headlines today. Deadly fire at Ipoh Entertainment Centre kills 6. And Cyril Azhar faces deportation after failing to get political asylum. We begin the bulletin with this tragedy. 6 people died, while 2 others were critically injured after an entertainment outlet in Ipoh, Perak caught fire early Wednesday morning. According to the State Fire and Rescue Department Acting Director Sayani Saidon, authorities received a distress call at about 5:49 a.m. and rushed to the location at Times Square along Jalan Raja Dr. Nazrin Shah. Initial investigation revealed that the fire broke out in the 4th floor of the 8-story building, which has 15 karaoke rooms. During the rescue operation, 8 people managed to escape by going up to the 5th floor before firemen used a skylift to bring them down. However, out of the total rescued, 2 had severe breathing problems and were sent to the Raja Permaisuri Bainun Hospital. The other 6 suffered minor breathing issues. The dead, meanwhile, have been identified as 3 local men, Tai Chi Kin, 37, Lau Wai Hung, 36, and Chui Keng Him, 31, as well as 3 foreigners identified as Nguyen Thi Trang, 19, and Nguyen Thi Tui Tong, 21, from Vietnam, and Johirul Islam, 26, from Bangladesh. It was believed that those who died suffered breathing difficulties due to the thick smoke that filled the outlet.
Satu floor tersebut, floor tingkat 4 dan tingkat 5, dia ada lebih kurang 15 buah bilik pusat. Tak salah saya tadi malamnya 15 buah bilik. Jadi dipenuhi dengan kelengkapan sofanya, dengan kapet-kapetnya. Jadi kita punya operasi untuk penyelamatan pencarian tu memang sangat-sangat terhad kerananya asap yang tebal, ya.
Meanwhile, Ipoh Police Deputy Chief Superintendent Muhammad Nordin Abdullah said authorities would investigate to determine whether the entertainment centre had operated beyond the stipulated hours of up to 1 a.m. Should the entertainment outlet had extended its hours, action will be taken against the operator.
Kita siasat di bawah laporan kebakaran dan kita akan combine sekali dengan sudden death report sebab dia melibatkan kematian. Jadi kita combine sekali lah. Okey? Setakat ni masih belum lagi. Kita kenal pasti pemilik bangunan tersebut. Kita akan jalankan siasatan. Nanti kita akan maklum balik kemudian.
Ada lesen pesawat hiburan ni?
Setakat ni ada lesen.
He added they are currently waiting for an official report from the Fire and Rescue Department before completing their investigation paper. Police are also in the midst of identifying the families of the victims killed in the fire. Former Prime Minister Datuk Sri Muhammad Najib Tun Razak has failed in his attempt to challenge the appointment of former Federal Court Judge Datuk Sri Gopal Sri Ram from heading the prosecution team in the cases against him. Justice Azizah Nawawi on Wednesday dismissed the judicial review by Datuk Sri Najib and a similar one by his lawyer Tan Sri Dr. Muhammad Shafi Abdullah, who also faces prosecution at the hands of Datuk Sri Gopal. The Civil High Court dismissed the application as the Criminal High Court was also hearing a similar application by the two. Justice Azizah, who made the decision in chambers, said that though both courts have concurrent jurisdiction, it was a matter of convenience that it only be heard in the criminal court, where the main trial was being heard. She made no order as to costs. Datuk Sri Najib and Muhammad Shafi separately filed for judicial review in December last year, seeking an order to disqualify the AGC's decision not to submit to them a copy of Sri Ram's appointment letter. In addition, they sought to revoke or recuse the appointment of Sri Ram on grounds that it was ultra vires of the public prosecutor and sought a declaration that there was a conflict of interest in the appointment. They also requested an order to prohibit Sri Ram from leading the prosecution team in all their cases, including on corruption, abuse of power and money laundering. Meanwhile, Paul Stadlin, who was a media advisor to the former Prime Minister, has been charged in absentia at the Jalan Duta Court Complex on Wednesday with money laundering totaling 15 million ringgit. Sources from the Attorney General's Chambers, AGC, said that the British-born Stadlin had been charged in the Kuala Lumpur Sessions Court. The same source added that the prosecution had to bring the charges against Stadlin in absentia as he had fled the country. The AGC sources also confirmed that a Malaysian lawyer would be charged on Thursday in the Sessions Court on the same money laundering charge. In other news, investigators have arrested prominent lawyer Dato' Hafarizam Harun, who is allegedly involved in money laundering of some 15 million ringgit. The 47-year-old was arrested at the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission, or MACC headquarters in Putrajaya at 4:25 p.m. Wednesday. MACC sources said the lawyer was alleged to have accepted money believed to be profits from illegal activities from the account of another individual between 2014 and 2015. He is expected to be charged at the Kuala Lumpur Sessions Court on Thursday. MACC Deputy Chief Commissioner of Operations, Dato' Sri Azam Baki, confirmed the arrest. UMNO President Datuk Sri Ahmad Zahid Hamidi was on Wednesday slapped with another count of criminal breach of trust, CBT, involving 260,000 ringgit belonging to Yayasan Akal Budi. The former Deputy Prime Minister, however, pleaded not guilty to the charge before Judge Azura Alwi at the Kuala Lumpur Sessions Court. With the additional charge, Datuk Sri Zahid is now faced with a total of 47 charges, comprising 12 counts for CBT, 8 counts of bribery and 27 counts of money laundering. The 66-year-old was charged in his capacity as an agent of Yayasan Akal Budi and was alleged to have used the monies to make payment to TS Consultancy and Resources 3 years ago. He was alleged to have committed the offence at the Affin Bank Berhad branch at Jalan Bunus off Jalan Masjid India on December 23, 2016. The charge under Section 409 of the Penal Code provides a maximum jail term of 20 years as well as whipping and fine upon conviction. The court set February 28th for hearing. Between October 19th and December 14th last year, the Bagan Dato' MP pleaded not guilty to a total of 46 charges involving millions of ringgit belonging to Yayasan Akal Budi. He was granted bail of 2 million ringgit with one surety and was ordered to surrender his passport to the court. Also at the Jalan Duta Court Complex, the defence team of former Sabah Chief Minister Tan Sri Musa Aman, who is facing 35 counts of corruption, has filed an application to transfer the case to the Kuala Lumpur High Court. The charges against Tan Sri Musa were in connection with timber concession contracts in Sabah involving bribes amounting to $63.3 million or 263 million ringgit. The ex-CM's counsel, Francis Ng Ek Guan, told the High Court Judge Muhammad Zaini Mazlan that the defence had filed the application on Wednesday. However, Deputy Public Prosecutor Dato' Raja Rosela Raja Toran said the prosecution had yet to decide whether to agree or disagree with the application, as they would need some time to look into it. Muhammad Zaini then set March 5th for case management. On November 5, 2018, Tan Sri Musa was charged at the Kuala Lumpur Sessions Court with 35 counts of soliciting the bribes from 8 timber concession company owners. He was alleged to have committed the offences at 8 banks and financial institutions in Hong Kong and Singapore between December 20, 2004 and November 6, 2008. The charge under the Anti-Corruption Act carries a maximum 20 years imprisonment and fine of not less than 5 times the amount of bribe or 10,000 ringgit, whichever is higher if convicted. Welcome back to Nightline. KTM commuter users will enjoy a 20% discount for a period of 1 year starting from April 1st. Transport Minister Anthony Loke Siu Fook said the initiative will help reduce the cost of living and encourage the use of public transport.
Untuk penumpang-penumpang KTM komuter sekarang, kalau mereka tidak menggunakan tunai, mereka belikan kad KTM ataupun menggunakan MyCard ataupun Touch and Go ataupun sistem cashless ini, memang mereka sudah pun menikmati 20% diskaun untuk tambang tiket mereka. Tetapi 20% yang kita perkenalkan hari ini akan on top of the 20%.
The initiative, which has been approved by the Cabinet last week, will benefit some 94,000 commuters. He said commuters plying 5 routes serviced by KTM will be eligible for the discount. The KTM commuter routes are Padang Rengas to Butterworth, Butterworth to Padang Besar, Port Klang to Tanjung Malim, Seremban to Batu Caves and Sungai Gadut to Tampin. Speaking on another matter, the Transport Minister said 6 mass rapid transit MRT stations have been identified as crime hotspots following the brutal assault and robbery of a woman in a lift at the Taman Mutiara Ceras MRT station. The 6 stations are at Taman Mutiara Ceras, Batu Sebelas Ceras, Bukit Bintang, Maluri, Kajang and Taman Pertama Ceras. According to Anthony Lok, a special task force has been created for the 6 stations to improve security for the passengers following the incident on February 14th. The special force will comprise of 1,300 auxiliary police who will patrol the stations in plain clothes.
They're trying to do is that to create out of these 1,300, create a special task force where they don't wear uniform. They will go around at the hotspots.
Oh, so existing?
Yes, it's existing. But they create a special unit out of these 1,300.
But will they get special training or anything? Or how they already trained?
Of course, they are specially trained.
He said MRT users requiring escorts to parking areas can seek the assistance of the auxiliary police. Anthony also ordered operators, including Prasarana Malaysia Berhad and KTM Berhad, to improve lighting at its facilities and closed-circuit television systems at all stations and their surrounding areas to regain the confidence, especially of its women passengers. Johor police have arrested a former auxiliary policeman and his foreign wife for allegedly abusing their 12-year-old son. Johor Bahru Selatan Police Chief Assistant Commissioner Shahuri Nain Jayas said the couple was arrested at a house at 11:33 a.m. on Tuesday following a police report. He also said upon questioning, they admitted to abusing the child over the past 2 years. He added police also rescued the victim as well during the arrest, and the boy has been admitted to a hospital in Johor Bahru for treatment. The case is being investigated under the Child Act. Authorities also urged those with information relating to the case to contact the State Police hotline at 07-2212-999 or lodge a report at the nearest police station to assist in the probe. In Johor, 12 men were detained in an operation by the Johor Anti-Vice Gambling and Secret Societies Division D7 on Wednesday for being involved in a illegal gambling syndicate which uses a fishing club premises to camouflage its activities in Taman Selesa Jaya's Kudai, Johor. Police also seized more than 38,000 ringgit in cash, along with cash in Singapore currencies and gambling devices during the raid, which was done based on tip-offs and surveillance for 2 weeks. The case is being investigated under the Common Gaming Houses Act 1953 and the Betting Act 1953. Meanwhile, police have arrested 3 Thai nationals believed to have been involved in the closing of the Malaysian border gate at Bukit Kayu Hitam on Sunday. Kedah Criminal Investigation Department Chief SAC Myo Farid Al-Atras Wahid said the suspects were arrested at about 11:55 Wednesday morning at Bukit Kayu Hitam Immigration, Customs, Quarantine and Safety Complex ICQS. All 3 suspects between the ages of 27 and 50 will be remanded to facilitate investigation under Section 186 of the Penal Code for obstructing civil servants and Section 507 of the same Act for criminal intimidation via the media. At a Balik Pulau Sessions Court in Pulau Pinang, a former policeman was jailed for 3 months for being in possession of 10 bullets without license or permit. Judge Shamila Abdul Samad meted out the judgment against Muhammad Najmi Muhammad Jami after he pleaded guilty to the offence. 35-year-old Muhammad Najmi was accused of possessing 10 SME .38 bullets in his rented home at the Ara Green apartment in Bayan Lepas at 11 a.m. on February 16th. He was arrested at his family's home in Sungai Petani, Kedah on Sunday morning following a police report lodged by the security manager at a suspect's workplace. Over in Kuala Lumpur, more than 20 foreigners believed to be working as GROs were arrested by the Immigration Department on Wednesday, following raids by the Kuala Lumpur City Hall, DBKL, on several illegal entertainment centres suspected of offering sex services. The raids under Ops Bah 2.0 involved 96 officers and members from various government agencies, including Federal Territory Islamic Religious Department, JAWI, as well as the police. Still to come, 7 children killed in house fire. Details up next. Thanks for staying with us. British Prime Minister Theresa May told Parliament on Wednesday that she would bring a vote on a revised Brexit deal back to Parliament as soon as possible. However, she said that she would do so only when it was the right time, after securing changes to it from the European Union.
To the right honourable gentleman. Obviously, we're in these discussions with the European Union, and we will bring a vote back to this House when it is possible to bring a vote back to bring a deal back that deals with the issue that the House of Commons has raised.
May is due to travel to Brussels later on Wednesday. Russia will respond to any deployment of intermediate-range nuclear weapons in Europe by targeting not only the countries where those missiles are stationed, but the United States itself. In his annual address to Federal Assembly, President Vladimir Putin said Moscow was not seeking confrontation and would not take the first step to deploy missiles in response to the U.S. withdrawal from the Intermediate-Range Nuclear Forces, or INF, treaty.
Откровенно пренебрегли, демонстративно проигнорировали совокупность положений, предусмотренных статьями 4 и 6 Договора о ракетах средней и меньшей дальности. В частности, согласно пункту 1 статьи 4 Договора, я цитирую, каждая из сторон ликвидирует свои ракеты средней дальности и пусковые установки таких ракет в экономике нашей страны. И чтобы добиться устойчивого, говорил, и мы когда принимали соответствующие решения по наполнению угрожающих нам ракетных комплексов.
The Russian president went on to urge the U.S. ruling class to take note of Russia's weapons systems under development before posing additional threats to Russia.
Вот могу вас проинформировать, это.
In Canada, 7 children from a family of Syrian refugees were killed early Tuesday following a fire that destroyed their home in Halifax. Their parents, however, survived the incident but were seriously injured. The police said the fire erupted shortly before 1 a.m. local time on the first floor before it quickly engulfed the newly built home. It is understood that the children ranged in age from 3 months to 17 years old. The father, Abraham Barho, was reported fighting for his life after apparently trying in vain to save his children, while the mother, Kauta Barho, who was hospitalized with injuries, is expected to survive. The cause of the fire remains under investigation. Up in sports next, the 2019 AFF Under-22 Championship. Hadi Fayad rescues Malaysia from defeat. Sports now. Yang di-Pertuan Agong Al-Sultan Abdullah Riayatuddin Al-Mustafa Billah Shah has resigned from the International Football Association Federation, or FIFA, Council. The resignation took effect on January 24, 2019. According to FIFA President Gianni Infantino, the resignation letter was tendered by Al Sultan Abdullah on February 8th after ascending the federal throne on January 31st. In this regard, Infantino, in a reply letter on Wednesday, expressed his gratitude to the king for his immense contributions to the world of football. Al Sultan Abdullah was involved as committee member in various tournaments under FIFA sanction since 1994. Among the committees were the organizing committee for the FIFA Olympic football tournaments from 1994 to 1998, the Committee on Fair Play, and Social Responsibility from 1994 to 2002, the Strategic Committee from 1998 to 2002, as well as the Technical and Development Committee from 1999 to 2002 and from 2007 to 2012. Al Sultan Abdullah was the Football Association of Malaysia FAM president from 2014 to 2017 and became the first Malaysian in 2015 to hold the post in FIFA since the late Tan Sri Hamzah Abu Sama. The sports item wraps up Nightline this time around. Before we leave, let's take a quick look as 1,000 illuminated drones flew in formation to celebrate the Lantern Festival in the port city of Haikou, China. I'm Raymond Goh. Thanks for your company.